Welcome into another one-on-one conversation here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight, sitting down now with Skiatook sophomore Mason Willingham. Mason, let's go back to last year. Mentioned just a sophomore. Halfway through the season, you're able to take over as the starting quarterback for Skiatook. Just talk about that experience as a freshman, first opportunity playing varsity football, and then all of a sudden halfway through the year, you find yourself as QB1 having to lead guys who are seniors and juniors and things like that. What was that experience like for you?
It was a lot of fun, man. Being out there with my teammates, and I worked my butt off for it. And I had a bunch of great teammates in there for me, and that had my back, and it was a great experience. A lot of fun.
At what point did you feel comfortable? Because I'm sure there was a lot of nerves and things like that. Being such a young kid. You mentioned your work ethic, working for that moment, but at the same time, there's also nothing like those Friday nights, and so there's probably some nerves. At what point in the season did you feel comfortable in that spot?
Well, I had great teammates, like I said. They had my back through everything, so I knew that if I made a mistake, they had my back, and once I get out there, I kind of get a little more just comfortable with it, but.
What has this offseason been like, knowing that going into the year you'll probably still be competing and things like that, but at the same time you have some experience under your belt, you're going into it expecting to be the starter. What confidence-wise, how much does what you experienced last year help you this offseason?
It helps me a lot. I know what to work for and to know my weaknesses and try to work on those.
Now, this offseason, obviously a little different than most, considering everything going on around the world. How have you and your teammates stayed involved and connected? Because, look, there were points where you weren't able to work out together, but at the same time, you still have to get the work done. What were you guys able to do throughout the pandemic where maybe you weren't able to work out as a big group, but you're still staying connected?
Yeah, we have a social media group, and we just try to keep each other accountable through workouts and just getting to work. So.
And now the last couple of weeks, things starting to open up a little bit. How exciting has it been? Because, look, it's one thing for you to work out by yourself or work out with one or two other guys, but it's a completely different ball game to be joined by your entire team, or at least the majority of the team. How exciting has it been the last couple of weeks to get back with your teammates?
It was so much fun, a lot of fun. I've been ready to see them.
Now, 2020, going to look a little different for Skiatook. They're dropping down to Class 4A, so you get new opponents, new districts. Obviously, everybody knows about Wagner. They've had a lot of success for a long time now. Now you're going after them. At the same time, you have new opponents all across the board. How exciting is it around Skiatook for these new challenges that you guys are going to experience this year?
It's so much fun. A lot of competition in 4A, and we're really excited to get down there and do some work.
When it comes to this upcoming season, obviously, when it comes to Class 4A in general, most years it's pretty unpredictable, and it's also competitive throughout. And so Skiatook has as good of a shot as any to, not only make an impact, but an instant impact, compete for a district championship. In your mind, what has to happen for you guys to not only compete for that district title, but be competing for a state championship?
We got to come together as a team and be a team and be as one.
And then final question for you. What's something this offseason that you've been working on? Look, man, you're still young. You still got a long ways to go. But at the same time, you got about 5-6 games under your belt as a starting quarterback. Compared to most sophomores, you're ahead of the curve in that regard. What's something you've been working on this offseason to improve your game going into 2020?
Just my weaknesses. Learning coverages, just trying to better myself.
Well, Mason, I'm looking forward to seeing what 2020 holds. Obviously, there's a lot of young talent there, including yourself, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bulldogs do as they drop down to Class 4A. It's not going to be easy. They're in a tough district, but it is going to be entertaining nevertheless. Mason, thanks for sitting down with me, and good luck to you and the Bulldogs this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's Mason Willingham. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days.